Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch my please use caution. Cold like 0 degrees. I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the sheets. We can't go out, man, forget my peace. You take the west side, take on the east. I'ma put him in the cage, never let out the. Yeah, I hear him chat to the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Right guys, let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Happy birthday, Roy! Happy birthday, Roy!
Thank you.
We put a smile on that face when you walked in.
I didn't know you were here.
Happy birthday to him. I don't care. Good luck.
Is that 41 years old today?
Correct, sir. Yes, 41.
41 years old. I first met Roy. He was barely able to buy a drink legally. And now he honestly hasn't aged a day.
It's a grown-ass man now.
Grown-ass man with a family, a great father. Proud of you, Roy.
Good job,
Two-time
Roy. How about
Stanley
Roy?
Cup
I'm
champion.
older than you are.
25,
So far, so good.
We still alive.
Yep.
I sing that every time a black man turns 40 plus.
Sing the
Just a quick little
Stevie
tune.
Wonder song.
You made it.
Hey,
Tony, come on, bring the culture.
birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
All right, guys, we're trying to.
Sorry.
I saw a
Monetize.
comedian.
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw a
that's right.
comedian.
He's that litigious?
I saw a comedian do a bit about like Paul pitching the idea of a birthday song to the other Beatles, and they're like, "We should do a birthday song," and they're like, "There already is one," and he's just like, "I'm telling you though, it'll be good."
No, it isn't.
Today's your birthday.
I like
It
the Beatles
is,
birthday song.
Do all the Beatles sound the same, Chris?
I know I should have changed
No, it
it
was
up
good.
a little bit.
Yeah, no, they all do, actually.
They all sound the same.
It's 40-year-olds are having a moment right now. We got the first Clips album in 16 years. Merry Clipsmas. Deftones
Clipsmas.
dropped a new single. We got a Superman movie coming out. We got the Wimbledon finals. It's a big, big weekend if you're near 40 or just over.
Or just over. Right there in the millennial.
Yeah.
Just
So Wimbledon's
crevice.
a 40-year-old person
Yeah,
thing?
it is.
What if
know
you
any
like
young
tennis
people-
and you're younger?
I mean, Ethan's like an outlier. He's one of the few young people that I know that like
He kind of
tennis.
likes everything, though.
But tennis and golf, older audience, older demos
For sure.
to get after. But there's a lot to get into. Let's start off with Wimbledon as it's going on right now. We got an American playing in a semi right now. Probably going to get his ass kicked by Carlos Alcaraz. Got broken in the very first serve. That's not good.
How can I screwed up? He wore French Open colors.
Yeah, it's-
should have
So
worn
I-
Wimbledon colors.
It's not clay
Yeah.
court season anymore.
That's why I got my Toledo flag on, courtesy of Billy. Got me right there, just for anybody that was curious what this is.
Nice.
Very
I don't
thoughtful.
think anybody cared, but
Billy gave it to him in the best way to give a gift. He goes, "Feel free to throw this away," and then
talk about pride.
No, but
My
like
alma mater.
because I don't want him to feel like he needs to do like.
Yeah, you
when
don't like,
give
you don't like
someone-
being rejected.
No,
You're
it's
like,
not that I
don't
don't
want
wanna
him to
be-
think my gift isn't cool.
No,
So I'm like, this is stupid. Here, you want this
No,
stupid
I just
thing?
I understand like if you just give someone a flag, they're like, well, what do I do with this? You know, so like if you feel
Right.
like you want to leave it here, feel free to leave it
Do you
here.
have a
Don't
boat?
feel any.
I don't
obligation.
have a boat.
okay.
No, not
You have a
quite.
flagpole in front of your house?
I don't have a flagpole.
Oof, then I don't know what you're gonna
Wouldn't
do.
Do you have
with
a
that
roof?
thing.
You could just hang it from
Do
the
people
roof?
have flag posts in front of their house?
I was
It would,
gonna
it would
say,
be the
this
thing that you put like on your roof. Like
the
I'm
Midwest,
picturing now,
for
like out
sure.
in front of a school, a flag post. Like
I have one. I actually just changed it out.
You
I
have
put
a flag post in front of your house?
a flagpole attached to the house.
Right, that's right. That's
yeah, I have
oh,
that.
okay.
I
I
had
see
the-
it more down here than ever.
I had the Florida
I don't
Panthers
think I know
Stanley.
any black people with a flagpole.
No, you don't.
Is this
No,
exclusively like
doesn't
a
Put it on the pole.
Yeah, lately, I would say over the last
Man,
7,
put it on the pole.
8,
Does
9
anyone
years.
know a black person with a flagpole on their house?
I like to celebrate my teams. When I first got it installed, when the Heat were in the bubble, and I put a Heat flag out there for a full year. I had a Panthers Stanley Cup championship flag. I changed it for a little bit for the 4th of July weekend. Put up a U.S. flag, took that down, and replaced it with a brand new Stanley Cup champion flag.
Okay.
I'm getting used to this annual tradition. I like it around the house. Just if I could only have like 2 to 3 flags up a year, that's great, and have them be Stanley Cup champion flags.
I've got 2 flags. I've got a pride flag flag and a Florida Gators flag. And when I hang them side by side on the boat, I like to make people laugh because they think I just went alphabetical at the flag store and went gay and Gators.
Sabalenka got eliminated by Anisimova yesterday, and a crazy stat is Sabalenka has been defeated by Anisimova 6 times.
Wow.
Anisimova has not defeated any other tennis players more than she's defeated Sabalenka, which is crazy because Sabalenka is damn good. Anisimova, now famously, as people are telling her story, took 2023 off for a mental health break. And she finds herself in a Wimbledon final, an American, 4 straight Grand Slam major that a woman has made it, an American woman has made it to the final, which is, kind of unprecedented in a post-Serena era. Coco famously bowed out here in this first round. The WTA is kind of random. Sabalenka is actually one of the outliers
She's
right
the
now.
worst.
I love Sabalenka. I guess she's local, but
Is she?
yeah, she lives down here now. She can't really rep. She's not allowed to rep.
Well, then I
Belarus.
should be careful when I speak my opinion about her too loudly because she is currently my least favorite athlete in all of sports.
Really? Yes. She's damn near one of my favorites.
Real well,
yeah,
I mean,
love Sabalenka.
we have different tastes there.
There's a lot of athletes, Izzy.
I know.
That's
How many
crazy.
athletes hawk? Like, did you see what she did yesterday? I don't know if you guys know this whole tennis thing, right? Where if the ball hits the tape and goes over and helps you win the point, you're supposed to apologize. Say, I'm sorry.
Just saw
opponent."
Alcaraz do that. I was
Yeah.
like, is that a thing in tennis?
Yeah, you're supposed to do that. I'm sorry, I got lucky there. My bad. Okay. So Amanda, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name. She's American. I'll call her Amanda. She hits the ball, ends the game off the net and onto her side. Onto Sabalenka's side.
Did she do the wave?
She did not. She started celebrating, did not apologize. Now, Hawk, Sabalenka has a history of choking. It's kind of her thing.
Okay.
She has overcome.
She also wins.
Okay.
She's
History of
overcome the
choking.
history of choking.
Okay.
But it still creeps up a lot. Okay. And you know those people who choke, you can tell you can tell why. And part of Sabalenka's issue is her brain is everywhere. She's not focused on the one thing, right? And
Yeah.
she talks about it all the time, like, oh, I fall apart, I didn't focus, whatever.
Oh, I have ADHD. I was diagnosed as a kid. It's something
Right.
I've overcome to become one of the best
Excuses.
tennis players in the world. Yeah, shut up. Go ahead.
You are in a Wimbledon semifinal, and you just lost a game, and you need a break. You need to get back in this third set. And you're worried about your opponent not apologizing to you for winning a point. So Sabalenka's walking up, and you can see her mouth, why didn't you say sorry? Well, first of all, I'm not sorry, right? Nobody's really sorry
I mean,
in
you
that
said it is
situation.
part
Do
of
you
the
want
game,
me-
though.
But do you care, as the person who's losing, that I didn't apologize for, like, it's as if you're looking for the excuse. If your opponent says, oh, I'm sorry, then the
edge.
world can say, you see, it wasn't my fault, she got lucky.
Or the edge. It's the Jordan mentality. Like, wait a minute. You're beating me, but is this disrespect that I'm feeling right here? Was that purposeful disrespect?
Right. Does Amanda
Does
know
that
what she's
push
doing?
me over the top to be like, okay,
And
it's one
who-
thing to lose. It's another thing
But
for
she
you to
lost that
disrespect
exchange
me.
right there. If
Yeah.
if Amanda
Did she come back
is
and
playing
win?
the game, no, she didn't.
Okay.
No.
Amanda
Didn't
won
work.
that game
Because she owns Sabalenka.
She
And
almost
this is-
came back.
But this is
Yeah, there was double championship point. Sabalenka battled back, and we're like, okay, this turns the narrative around, and then she ended up choking.
But this is coming off of the French Open.
I heard she has a history.
Where she choked against Coco Gauff and then told everybody, she didn't win, I choked.
Yeah.
What kind of athlete wants to say that out loud? What kind of athlete says, no, I didn't get beat. My mental weakness showed up at just the wrong time. Why would you even say that? So her lack of self-awareness makes her my least favorite athlete right now.
I'll allow it.
I will admit, as a Sabalenka fan, it's been a rough couple of tournaments for Sabalenka. She carries herself, I think, gracefully when she's winning.
Yes.
Definitely
a
and
front runner.
I'm going to keep the same energy because last Olympics, I thought Coco had kind of a meltdown, and it was a really bad look.
Sure.
Now, a lot of this stuff isn't happening necessarily on the court, even though you didn't apologize or happen on
Why
the court.
didn't you say sorry?
Sabalenka has kind of been a sore loser after the fact. She's on an incredible run. Again, the WTA is very weird. things like Anisimova making a championship final is not rare in that sport.
Sabalenka is the most consistent thing about women's tennis right
Yes, Serena kind of spoiled a lot of people, and that the expectation when it comes to the WTA is, well, if you're good, you're supposed to be good for a long time, and you're always in that conversation. WTA, Serena was a demigod in that respect. No one else does what Serena did. No one else does that remotely close in the WTA. And Sabalenka, as you mentioned, is one of the more consistent competitors out there right now, which is why I like that. It's hard to get attached to a WTA player in a post-Serena world because they're often not playing deep in these tournaments.
But let me sort of finish that thought on why her getting mad about not saying sorry is really annoying. If I was Amanda, after that, if I had this exchange with her, why didn't you say sorry? I'd be like, first of all, I'm not sorry. I can't control that net cord. You know what you can control, Sabalenka? That damn moaning and yelling every time. I know you do.
I like it.
Again, different interests. That yelling every time. And we've seen this, and we've had athletes in the past talk about it. Yes, I can control it. Yes, I get louder in big points. We've all talked about it. That is a strategic element to some of these women's game. And yet, again, you're going to get mad when Amanda, who does not grunt after every point, didn't apologize after winning. Again, it's just annoying. It's a lack of self-awareness. And I watch her on mute because I can't stand that yelling in my house.
It's a mobile alert. I have the smart house. When the oven's done preheating, I got a Sabalenka grunt. Let's turn our attention briefly to the gentleman before we move on to non-niche sports. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's a doldrums of summer here. It's a gentleman and ladies semis. We have an American playing right now. He's getting his ass kicked promptly. Alcaraz is destined to make it to the Wimbledon final on the men's side. Who he plays against, that's up in question. Most people would assume Sinner, but Jannik Sinner is dealing with tennis elbow right now. Go figure. He's up against Djokovic too, which should be a marathon match over there. I mean, look, I think Sabalenka and Djokovic are actually pretty close in terms of how they approach the game and how people can seize on some of the things that they do and are likable. I don't like Joker personally on the men's side. I think if there's been a villain of this era, it's been Joker. But I know I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but on the WTA side, it's hard to get any kind of rooting interest because it's just such a revolving door of competitors. The fact that Djokovic is here right now, I think it's his 52nd Grand Slam semifinal, which is just an amazing achievement. All these guys are trying to take it from him. I think they've effectively taken it from him. Djokovic is probably set for semifinals. Maybe he can dial up a championship here and there, but the days of him running roughshod are over. You pumped up for this semi on the gentleman's side now that Fritzy is probably letting down America?
I am, although I spent that entire time thinking if Andrew Hawkins has ever been this boxed out in his life.
I mean, I'm not even turned to him.
I was like, man, I did
My
not
posture is
I did
just
not
super
know
bad.
Jokic played tennis in the offseason.
I had
wow.
two thoughts on it. I thought Sinner.
The Nuggets are about to win the.
Did I say Jokic?
No, you
I?
did.
All right,
You did.
good. Joker.
Sinner is
But
the
with a D.
perfect name for a sports cheater.
I pronounce it.
Who got caught for cheating. But the thing that I love about it is people are going to look at that matchup and say, oh, yeah, Sinner is the guy who got caught for cheating. So he's definitely been cheating, not the guy who has played at this level for this long and seems like he sort of jumped, leapfrogged over everybody else like that. But I think the Djokovic chase for, 25? I think is very intriguing. I think the Jannik Sinner, to me, after watching him in Wimbledon, I think he is a mega villain. I think he's a super villain.
Yeah.
I think he has the look. I think he's got the history, obviously,
he's got
with the
cheating in his
PED
background.
situation.
Perfect name, as you mentioned.
And the idea of somebody's going to have to beat him because he's not going to lose it. In the last tournament, he kind of did.
He did kind of.
And so that's why this sets up potentially, if it's Alcaraz Sinner, as a great final.
Look, as a part Italian, I would find almost any excuse to he's Italian? He's Italian. He's Italian. But Sinner doesn't feel Italian to me. I'm sorry.
No.
It's the name. It's how he looks. I can't really get behind the guy, and it's the cheating. I'm an Alcaraz guy because I was a Nadal guy, and if you were a Nadal guy, you have to be an Alcaraz guy. Them's the breaks. And also, Tommy Paul, baby. I love Babe. Let's turn our attention to one of the four major sports here in the United States. A lot of people watching Summer League last night. It was Bronny, who had an attempt to win the game last night. It was Cooper Flagg's debut in Summer League. Cooper Flagg going with a goatee. The 1990s goatee. The Boston coffee shop type of goatee. an odd look for Cooper to debut on there. Really low-scoring game, but I also had it on a third screen, and I opened up social media to see what people were saying about this, and a lot of people were having a go at Bronny. You can understand that. The algo almost rewards that kind of behavior. But I was hoping that this would be an event to tune into, and I was so disappointed by my social media experience because back in the day, Twitter was so amazing to watch, primarily basketball with. It was such a supplemental enhancement of what you were watching on TV. You had a community. They would pop up in an organized fashion on your timeline.
He looks like a magician.
It's a terrible look. I don't know what Coop's doing right there.
That's kind of an Izzy look, though. If you take out the mustache,
After
Izzy,
we say
Izzy
it doesn't
uses
look
that.
good.
No, it doesn't look good.
No, but true, not Izzy. You had that when you were doing the playoff beer with the
He
Panthers.
just had the bottom.
He had the bottom saying
I had the chin beard. Yeah.
sans
that's about it.
mustache. That's an Izzy look.
So yes, from the bottom lip down, kind of looks like me.
Thank you.
All right, but I guess my point is I was really disappointed by my social media experience, as I often am. X, it doesn't prioritize who you follow anymore. You have to click another tab, which is not convenient. It's not on your main screen. And I saw a story the other day that, and you can tell, by the way, if you're, I don't think anyone here is pretty active on Threads. Roy, I've seen you try to get into Threads a little bit. The user experience there hasn't been super fun over the last year because there hasn't been a lot of engagement. However, recently, I've noticed more people engaging, and it does harken back to a time maybe 9 years ago where watching the NBA, you were watching two screens at the exact same time. You had your phone out, you were communicating with your fans, you were engaging, and true engagement seems to be gone right now, Hawk. And now you have a huge social media presence.
Sucks, man.
It does. It just, that's my point. It
feels
sucks.
lonely.
Yes.
Now, Threads is a little, like, the reason I think I don't use Threads as much is it feels a little too personal. Like, it feels too communal. And I'm like, I haven't had a communal social media experience in a long time.
Is it because everybody
people I
knows
went to
you're
middle
here
school with.
because you didn't like Twitter? And so, like, be nice
Well,
over
I was
here,
forced
so there's
into
pressures?
it, kind of a thing. Like, if you remember, like, the sign up for Threads.
Yeah, it's tethered to your IG, so
it
it's
was like
basically
it
one
made you
push
do a
of
bunch
button.
of things you didn't say that you were okay with. So immediately I like took a step back. So I kind of stayed off it. But when I first got on there, it was like me again, a kid that I went to middle school with, someone who lived down the street that we got into a fight when I was in 10th grade.
Because it's your IG follows.
Because it's your, and it was like, oh, this person also is on your defunct Facebook from 15 years ago, and I was like, okay, hold on, I gotta take a step back here. I'm good on this one.
You got to do Threads like Chase Daniel does Threads, where he'll just be like, "Who likes the color orange?" and then that's it. And it's
just
just
go
like
Q&A.
puts out like questions and things just for engagement. Like, huh? Watercoloring. What do you guys think? It's like, wait, what?
I'm so happy you mentioned Chase Daniel because, yeah, he's a Threads pioneer. He's been chipping away for the full year.
Really?
Now, and now the engagement's kind of caught up to him. I still don't.
for him, man.
The engagement to me doesn't feel ultra genuine, and Threads also is prioritizing an algo in which like your front page is stuff that you've been searching out and not necessarily people you follow. And I do miss the ability to just watch a game with people that I follow because they're super entertaining on social media.
Yeah, man, that's
on
why you
certain
follow 'em.
sports, and that feeling has been gone for several years now. Just take me back to 2011 Twitter. I just want that experience
What
again.
a good time.
Twitter was a thing, and I used to I had friends, and I would meet them outside and play basketball with them because of how entertaining and the common thread, if you will, of liking the Miami Heat. That's gone now. I'm not
used to
making
be
social media friends.
Such an easy decision to just jump on there and make a comment and just feel like, even though in my case, whatever, 6 figures worth of followers, who knows how many of those were real, everybody's listening. It's just like, well, there's no real pressure. It just feels like I'm just having a chat. Now it feels like I have to say the perfect thing if I'm going to get on there at all. I haven't even been on for a while. I deactivated it years ago. But even on Threads, I'm still not going to get on there and just say some random stuff, and that's going to be the beginning of my engagement. It's got to be perfect. You got to feel like you're walking on eggshells to like not offend anybody with your opinion. So I've sort of downgraded to, instead of needing to discuss it
That sounds
on social
terrible.
media.
Sounds like it
just
sucks.
You
No,
just
dude,
discuss
it
it on a
sucks.
group chat instead.
Is this a platform
a good
problem
point.
or is this an age problem? Not like an age of like how old we are, but how long we've been on social media. This is like the next stage of after 10 years of basically giving the people hits, man. It's like music. It's like
you think-
we were just putting out the art and people were loving it. and then the younger kids came up, and
Remix.
the hits weren't as frequent.
Yeah.
And we're like, man, we gotta send the right tweet.
This mumble rap
the
sucks.
right. I'm trying to fit in with what's cool now.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I'm gonna stream and play video games.
That's
like
a new
Kai
community.
Cenat.
Yeah, that's actually the new engagement community where people are making
The mumble
friends.
rappers of the internet.
Yeah,
Streamers.
and they're blowing up, and it's a
Kind
huge.
of the wave right now, though.
It is.
That's what the mumble rap is, man.
It's a huge economy.
It
But
might be us.
I don't want to sound like, man, I like Twitter's first album. I don't want to sound like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think I do because everyone knows, look, it's not even called the same thing. It has changed so much that Twitter in 2011 wasn't perfect. It had a lot of issues. But that's just how bad by comparison. Hell, Grok is a Nazi now.
Oh man, I feel like I'm looking at us.
Really?
Bro. It feels like
Grok is like
if you
touting-
sub out everything you're saying about
You don't
Twitter
know.
for like hip hop or punk rock. If you sub it out, it will fit the same way you're talking about it.
Yeah,
And my kids will be like, "Who listens to that?"
but are your kids
My
super
kids are
into
like,
X?
"Who's on Twitter, bro?" That's an old person platform. That's what my kids and his friends would say.
You should
the
have been there when the
teenagers.
Heat were around in 2011. It was incredible.
Exactly, bro. It's
It was-
like, man,
when Greg
Lil
Doyle would
Wayne
say
dropped
something.
a milli, the Carter 3, are you serious?
That shit was a banger.
It wasn't a white T-shirt in stock.
When the
You hear
Rockets
me?
were courting DeAndre Jordan and they essentially
bro.
kidnapped him.
Locked him in his home?
Dude, those are where were you type of moments. Those were huge social media moments. And those moments are kind of gone now.
You know what I just realized based on this exchange here is it used to be where I went to Twitter because everything that I wanted to know, I was like, what am I missing? Now I want to avoid it because I don't want to know shit like Rob Gronkowski is a Nazi now. Now, again, now that that's
it's
not
not
necessarily
Gronk.
true.
It's Grok.
Right.
I'm glad I know. This needs a clarification. The former Patriots tight end is not a Nazi. The AI that is inside the app X is now a Nazi.
But
Man, I
the
did
fact
not
that I
know
even
Gronk
have
was a
to
Nazi.
discern what you just said,
Gronk is
I
not a
don't want to
Nazi.
have to deal with that. But there are a lot of truths that I would find out there that I'm just like, man, I didn't want to know that. Especially about Rob Gronkowski. That was a turd.
Yes.
He's
That
not
was
a
quite
Nazi.
the turd.
I hope not, because
You did not see it
they
coming.
did
not see it coming.
a documentary on him. I believe it was on Disney Plus called Becoming, and they had like a player for each one.
Becoming a what?
Just becoming. It was just that. It wasn't becoming a Nazi.
Okay.
But they did have me as one of the guys that are talking about Rob growing up and all this. And every time, I mean, I'm in there like 6 times. Like,
Salute to
when
him.
he was a kid, his mom, they put him in every sport because he just wouldn't sit still. And as I'm saying all this stuff, I'm like, I've met this dude twice. And I am one of the main voices in his Disney Plus documentary.
Was he confused by this? Has he reached
I
out?
hope so. I literally just showed my kids the other day, and they're like, "You know Rob Gronkowski?" I'm like, "Not that well."
I went to a training camp with him.
We sat at the lunch table once when I was with the Patriots for 6 weeks, and then we did a podcast together. And
Didn't expect him to
here
make
I
this
am.
turn, did you?
I think I was available, and they needed a football voice, but here we are. But I did not know the information that
Right.
Izzy just
Now
dropped
look at
here.
him.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, wow, I got to go redo all those interviews.
Yep.
I do think the expansion of group chats is also kind of taking me away from the social media experience. Although I feel like social media has pushed me away from the experience. I do like getting to know strangers and getting their takes on it, but I do
Just not in person.
No, not in person. But that's why social media is perfect, because I don't actually have to get to know these people in real life and have that awkward small chat.
Don't talk to him.
I just get I just get a pure cut. Hey, look, I follow you for golf takes. Give me the golf takes.
Give me the hit I'm looking for.
Yeah, but now you're right. I do gravitate to the group chats, especially the way that I do group chats, where everything is essentially siloed. So you get people that if I want to talk tennis, I'm not getting a catch-all chat. I'm getting a pure Bolivian cut.
I didn't know
of
what to
tennis.
do the other day when Messi had the brace in the first half, and I was like, "Hey, look how happy I am!" I didn't know where to go with that chat.
There's
that
an MLS.
experience.
There's an MLS chat.
Invite me, please.
You want in?
Yeah.
It's Liga MX as well, but we got Leagues Cup
I
coming up.
got
in
so many friends that I've never
18
met,
days.
and we've been close friends for a decade because of Twitter. Like,
Really?
You have such great takes, man. We vibe. Everything you say, I agree with, and vice versa. The jokes hit
Thank
the right
you.
way. The wits.
Oh, you're just saying in general.
Who's the best
Oh.
friend that you've ever met that you met on social media and then you became real friends in real life?
I don't know, man.
Did that ever happen?
Not really.
Let's all go around. Our best social media friend.
You go first, Mike, because you clearly have an answer for that.
No. I got to think about it a
social
little
media
bit.
friend.
When Heat Twitter was a thing, I'd play pickup basketball with a lot of the Heat Twitter guys. They came to my birthdays, like Mr. Bill and
Alf.
Slim and Alf. I never really
Hot
played
Take Harry?
basketball with
Max
Alf.
Headroom.
But I think like the Heat Twitter people I became genuine friends with, and we would hang out and you'd go watch games. Like you'd put out, hey, let's all meet up for this game. Also with Chelsea, because when I worked with the club, I kind of had to be super engaging on social media and reach out to a lot of the supporters clubs. So I'd go around the country and make a lot of friends with supporter clubs. I'm in WhatsApp groups with all of them. So I actually enjoyed that. That forced me to come out of my shell a little bit. So I made a fair amount of friends on social media. And also it's great for networking. Like you may not have like best friends. Actually, no, Master Tesfadzian is someone that I met on social media. He's like, hey, let me come by the studio. I'm in town. And we became great friends. A lot of my good friends I've met through networking on social media and then just build that relationship out after just casually meeting them. Kind of like LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think that's more of why it's hard to think of it, because you might not even remember some of the friends you have that your first interaction was on social media, or that were following each other for a certain amount. Like Kaz, I don't know if you know Kaz.
Yeah.
Me and Kaz were like, we would tweet damn near every day for like years before we actually met, and then we've worked together, we hang out, and it's cool to see those people that were like Twitter friends. Now they're like at the top of the sports
Kaz was a Twitter
media
friend.
game. Yeah, exactly.
Kaz was a Twitter friend of mine. And I went to Wally Mania and met with him.
bro.
Great dude. So
Great dude.
I don't really see that happening these days. I don't know how many new friends I'm making on social media. I don't even know if I trust social media to make friends anymore, just considering the very recent turn it's taken. We do sound old.
though.
We
I
do
was gonna
sound
say,
mad
just
old.
as we continue to talk, we sound even older.
We're harkening back to a different time. And today, the atmosphere out there in the bullpen was a little older. We were listening to clips. It was Roy's birthday. We were talking about going to movie theaters. Like,
Wait a second. So me thinking that Rob Gronkowski is a Nazi makes me sound old?
a little bit, yeah. Not knowing what Grok is.
Right,
And
not knowing what Grok is, and assuming it was the Hall of Fame tight end.
Given the
It's
recent,
probably the oldest thing that probably happened today.
given the fairly recent history around New England Patriots tight ends, I mean, you can't totally discount it.
Got your
I
own
see the
name.
pathway.
Yeah,
I
can
see how
it.
the brain got
Serial
there.
killer,
So
Nazi,
close.
believable.
Yeah, no.
Believable, but Billy was talking about how he went to the movie theater the other day. I still like going to the movies. The magic at the cinema is still something very real. I just watched this Jaws documentary, and I was, what?
I'm sorry. I saw a
Magic
clip
of the
about
cinema?
movie theaters, and it's like it doesn't make any sense. The amount of space in these theaters, when you look at it from
I
the
saw this
outside,
too.
it just looks like a regular
When you
building.
look at
when
it,
you walk
right.
in, it's these massive auditoriums. It's like, how does it fit?
Right.
It doesn't. It's the same concept of like a city bus. It's like you're on the same lanes as my car, but yet there's people walking from one side of the bus to the other. How do they fit in the same lanes as my little car?
I saw this clip too. You look at a movie theater and you think, that building has to fit what, 4 or 5? You walk in, there's like
20.
18 theaters. It's like, how is there 18 theaters in this just box-shaped building?
Well, have you seen like the Google Earth things of like the Disney rides where you like walking and like, oh, the Haunted Mansion is just like a little
Yes.
house, and it's like, no, it's this massive like warehouse that's behind all these trees. You just don't see any of it.
a few
that
clubs
makes
like
sense.
that,
They
too.
hide it. Okay.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, though, that they can't hide that one.
That one's massive.
It's humongous, and it looks humongous from the outside, but there are a lot of great examples. A very small facade in the front. Well, they're built out. Most amusement parks now are former retrofitted studios, and they're all supposed to have kind of facades and then expanded on the inside. But Billy, you went to the movie theater. What movie did you go see in the movie theater?
I went to see Mission Impossible.
Oh, on the biggest
Yeah.
screen possible? The way
I went
that's
on IMAX.
intended?
I went on IMAX.
I went to the most available screen possible at 11 a.m.
Standard
Okay.
definition.
What I
Nice.
mean, bigger than the screen of my house, which is how I was gonna see it. So the biggest screen possible to me that day.
Yeah.
It was kind of depressing, honestly. The movie theater.
Really?
I remember
11 a.m. weekday.
Well, no, but like it was depressing in that
It's not
like
peak
I,
season.
Why'd you
I-
think you got the deal on the tickets?
well, I used to go in. It was seriously just me and my wife in the theater. It was just 2 of us.
That-
It was like our own screening. I almost
Hell yeah.
wanted to tell him like, hey, like, why don't we just skip this and just get it started? We're the only people
I'm
here.
sure
Like,
you
Get what
said that.
started?
we don't need 30 minutes of like previews.
Yeah, I get it. All right.
get the
There was
popcorn.
afternoon delight with the wife at the
They
theater.
don't need foreplay. Go
I,
straight.
cold in this theater.
I
Let me get the
like going
blanket.
into the theater like with nobody there.
I didn't mind it. but like, there's no video games anymore. There was no like arcades. There was
You look
nothing.
forward to that sad movie theater arcade?
When I was a kid,
NBA
I
Jam.
used to, you walk in, there's like
Out there,
Dance
NBA
Dance
Jam
Revolution.
92.
It's like the
RoboCop
Jurassic
was there.
Park ride or whatever, right? Like I walked in and there was
Evolution
just
X.
there was nothing there, and now there's like a space where they like sell you merchandise for the movies that are out.
Yeah.
Like you can buy T-shirts of the movies or like glasses or whatever. And I was like, this is a total. I haven't been in 4 years to a movie
Yeah.
theater, so I was
You
very
like to-
taken
you like to-
aback.
You don't like to waste your money and take something home. You want to just give it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You
I've
want
got
the
Billy.
experience.
100%. You're sneaking candy in, right?
Oh, of course.
I mean,
Off the record, though. Don't worry. Off the record.
Yeah, we're not going to tell them.
I didn't sneak anything in.
Like minus 700.
The old
Did my
purse- the
wife
old
have a purse?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Did I inspect the purse before she went in? No. Did they
you
inspect
nosh,
the
though?
purse?
You
No, thank
nosh.
You
goodness.
could take anything, by the way. They don't care.
They don't care.
You could
Especially
literally
now.
take any. I'll take a
We're
lobster
just happy
dinner. They
you're
won't say
there.
shit.
lobster dinner.
You really I did the last time or the time before I went in like with a McDonald's bag and I opened it up and I was like eating a Big Mac while I was watching.
You
a
can bring
movie.
your own water. You can bring your own. So you can
Those
bring
are old
anything you
rules.
want.
No,
They
this
are
time
literally happy you're just there.
I bought all the food this time
You're here to
I,
watch the movie. Come on.
it was at 11 and I knew this is like a 2.5-2 hour 40-minute movie, so I knew it's going to be lunchtime if I don't eat during this. So when we got some
You're going to get hangry.
like chicken fingers,
Shout out to the movies.
popcorn, a big coat.
In
Coke.
COVID, I took my family to the drive-in a bunch of times.
Yeah?
I know COVID wasn't a thing here in Florida, but in
No,
LA,
we did that.
It was.
Oh,
Couple
okay.
months.
In LA for like 5 years, there wasn't a
Still,
single,
it's still locked down.
there wasn't a single car on the highway. So the drive-in movies were like sold out, bro. We went to see Space Jam, and it was like the cars were social distance, but it was a cool experience because I hadn't been to a drive-in since I was 4.
I've never been to a drive-in.
Yeah,
It's cool, bro.
Did it once during COVID.
You back up, you let the back seat out. We got the blankets and pillows. We brought our own popcorn. It's pretty dope.
A few minutes later, Chris is like, "Oh, there's a movie on."
A few minutes.
One or two.
What'd you think of the Mission Impossible movie?
I loved it. Amazing. I mean, I know
That
a lot of
implies
people.
your wife didn't.
No, she said some of the stuff could have been a little bit shorter. I loved it though. Also, like I knew going in, like I'm not gonna look at my phone. I'm not gonna do anything. So I just got like basically
That's a
3
compliment,
hours
though, for you.
unbothered. Wow. What?
3 hours unbothered in the movie theater. The wife said some things could have been shorter. I get you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're dropping,
you.
Billy. Good
We
for
fucked.
you, brother.
I was a little frustrated with this Mission Impossible movie. Now, there is no such thing as a bad Mission Impossible movie, but I do think, considering the high watermark of Fallout,
I was told the second one was not great.
the second one was still a fun movie, but it's the worst of the Mission Impossible movies. I think this is probably third from the bottom. Which doesn't make it a bad movie. This movie was incredible. This is some of the most amazing
The
stunt
sub
work.
scene was incredible.
The sub scene. It's
The
basically
airplane
like,
scene.
Submarine or sub sandwich?
I'm so happy you did that, Tony.
It's an important
because
follow-up.
I'm pretty sure
Hoagie.
they just went into this pitch meeting for the sequel and like, we need this sub stunt, and I got an idea for an airplane stunt.
I'm in.
Let's
Are we gonna
write
answer
the movie around
Izzy's
it.
question?
What?
Is it a submarine or a sub
You
sandwich?
haven't seen the movie. Are you going to see the movie?
I don't know. I have to start with
You think-
number one, right?
You think
Oh, so
Tom
you-
Cruise is
oh,
doing
you're
a
not caught up.
death-defying
Okay, gotcha.
stunt around a submarine
I mean, I
sandwich?
can imagine
fight
like a
scene in a
giant
Jersey
submarine
Mike's.
sandwich. Yeah, absolutely. You ever try to swim through mayonnaise? It's like quicksand.
I go
I would
light
imagine.
on the mayo. Light on the mayo. But it felt like, granted, those two stunts in particular, the one that Tony mentioned, they are awe-inspiring. They're some of the most incredible things ever caught on camera. Ever. Truly. What Tom Cruise does with that airplane is
Insane.
It truly is. And you're on the edge of your seat for that. But what I loved about the Mission Impossible movies prior to was you had great action sequences and you also had a story. And I feel like with these last two, even though they were on the cutting edge of artificial intelligence, the human face behind it was a bad villain, probably the worst villain in the history of the franchise. I felt wanting more. Which is not something that Tom Cruise really leaves me feeling when I leave a movie theater.
Tony says there was a John Voight sighting, and that'll get me in anytime.
Oh, they wanted to wrap the entire franchise together, almost in an annoying fashion, in a contrived way. But I kind of saw they were rewarding legacy fans. and there was a lot of nostalgia pops if you either did a very recent rewatch of all the films leading up to that one, or you're a huge franchise fan. I mean, to have the administrator that was in the original Mission Impossible
Spoiler alert.
during the suspension scene, to have him show up and his character arc gets revived. Spoiler alert! I
He
guess.
still had a job?
Well,
no,
you'll find out,
buddy. You'll figure out where he was.
There were kind of punitive measures for
very punitive, draconian measures, if you would say.
Yeah.
To Chris's point, when John Voight shows up on the screen, you know he knows something that has not been revealed yet. So I'm like, okay, there's something there.
He
like,
made
just
Ray
can
Donovan.
Tell
Ray Donovan
there's
was made by
something
him.
behind. Yes, there you go.
I never watched Ray Donovan.
Mickey.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't finish it. I didn't get through the end of it. The first couple seasons.
First
were
couple
great.
scenes are
Oh,
great
yeah.
of Ray Donovan.
Yeah.
John Voight was an MFer.
Yeah. I still like the Mission Impossible movie. Again, this is just me grading on the curve of Mission Impossible films, which are all awesome. No such thing as a bad Mission Impossible movie. But if we're ranking them, you'd hope they go all out for this one, and they certainly did. When it came to stunts, the airplane stunt, to me, is probably the most impressive stunt they've ever had. But it's not the best scene. It's not remotely the best scene. It's not the most... It might be memorable because it's truly death-defying, but, for example, I like the bathroom fight scene in Fallout more. Way more.
That was a great scene.
Kicking my ass. Do you mind?
No, that's Liar Liar.
Oh, sorry.
It's gonna suck when he dies of
I
natural
don't remember
causes,
that.
right?
Yeah, he doesn't want to die of natural causes.
Like when Tom Cruise dies of natural causes, it's gonna be so lame.
If you are in a bathroom fight and somebody puts your head in the toilet, do you just pretend to be dead?
Has
and
there
lose
ever
the fight?
Has there
Because
ever been a bathroom
Good
fight
point.
without that? I feel like that has to happen
That's
somewhere
the
in a
word.
bathroom
That's the
fight.
part when you're watching. It's like, oh, end the fight, please, because that would just do it for me. I'm like, all right, you got me. I'm dead.
Is the fight not already over if you got to the point where your head's in the toilet?
Yeah.
Have
really.
you not like? I mean, you might die, but I'm just
You're almost
saying.
literally rubbing it in.
Is that worse than getting thrown in a lake?
Being thrown into a pond, I usually thought would be a fight ender until this week.
Yeah.
Although, did you see the picture of the guy? He looks
It all on
fine.
record.
Proud. We got to get that guy.
Proud.
He did. He posted a picture. The guy that got his ass beat, only one leg. He's like, only a black guy. That's all I got. He was like,
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
he was
Wow,
taking
he
a-
kind of looks like, in the face anyway, he looks like he could fight. But I actually thought that was the enforcer showing that. But obviously, why would he have a black eye? He didn't get touched.
No, that was not the enforcer. That was. We should. I want to get. I don't want the
crawling
guy.
out of the
I
lake
don't
is
want
the
the guy who
best.
got thrown in the lake. I want his friend.
I got
that
it
guy.
all on record.
No. The guy that tries to stay in between the whole time.
The guy that gets
Guy in white
shoved?
shirt right
Yeah.
here. Yeah. Hey, what the hell? I got it all on record.
It's a little bit of a flop, but after seeing your friend get thrown into a pond,
Oh man, his head is like flopping all over the place.
And you know that
every time
guy
he
who
hits the
said
ground.
we got it all on record is one of those guys that thinks he can do like radio for 4 hours and he can't even think of the right sentence there. But he
The
got it
toss
all on
gets me.
record.
The toss gets me every time.
That wobble before he got tossed was funny, man.
the slight bounce after
He wanted
the
it to
toss.
end too, and he was like, "Man, I can't stop walking towards him because I started this, and I just want help."
Well, we accidentally got the best part of the interview in at the end after I said that we were done with it. So thank you.
Well, you have to ask the right question, Billy.
It's all my fault. No, it's not. I'm not. I wasn't. I was calling myself out. That's Julie K. Brown, author of Perversion of Justice, the Jeffrey Epstein, talking about the case closed cover-up. And Sasha Tirador joins us to teach us that MAGA is Spanish for Fafo. That's this week on Because Miami. Roy, what's going on in the hockey show?
The NHL offseason continues, and the Panthers just finished up their development camp. We talked about that with Bill Lindsay on the Hockey Show.
wants a service dog with Steve-O.
We are joined by a very famous persona from America, and also Steve-O, because Wendy from Peru is an internet sensation. Go ahead and tell the story, Steve-O, before we get in here. And always thank you for making time for us. But tell us why it is that your dog is more famous than you are, because I didn't think it was allowed that you can just find a dog on the streets of Peru, fall in love with it, and then just bring it over to America. I thought, didn't Johnny Depp or somebody get in trouble for trying to bring an animal into the country without the proper permission? Like,
well, that was the other way around. He already had the dog and was trying to smuggle it into Australia. I was in Peru for a mountain climbing expedition, and I found Wendy here on the streets. And fortunately, the mountain climbing expedition was a TV show, and the production jumped through all the hoops for me. So I really didn't have to do anything. And I was able to bring Wendy home. And the video I made about finding her, it garnered over 100 million views on Facebook, making it the most viewed video I've ever put on the internet. And it's kind of devastating for an attention whore like me. I've with the lengths that I've gone to, But there it is, man. So Wendy and I, we are on a rock tour as we speak, barreling towards Syracuse for a show tonight. And we've got shows every single night in the Northeast U.S. For the next 12 days. Albany tomorrow night.
This video is adorable. Is Wendy's a service animal?
She is. You bet she is. Yeah, because I have terrible issues.
You should take more dogs, though. I mean, it seems to be working for you.
I have terrible issues is a great sentence that would explain the last 25 years of your life. You've done great sort of capitalizing on, let me take a tour bus through my terrible issues.
Right. That's about right, man. I have terrible issues.
and she brings you genuine comfort when she's not a professional service dog licensed.
This episode is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Oh yeah.
Now, we had a pretty good example of an umpire probably sticking to the letter of the law too much earlier this week when we played that video of the lightning strike that was very near a baseball diamond that resulted in a balk.
It's a balk. Rules are rules.
Very unfair. Let me give you a good example of how to interpret the rules here when there is a loud sound interrupting play. This comes from Wimbledon, and this might be the most Wimbledon stoppage in the history of Wimbledon stoppages.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you could avoid opening bottles of champagne when the players are about to serve.
Oh, come on. I love that. It's warm. It's the most Wimbledon warning you've ever heard.
Who was the player there who she says, why would you open it right now? Which is a great effing question.
That's is that the isolated sound of the pop? All right. Well, that's
very distracting.
You see what happened there? We stopped play. We stopped play because it's a very loud, distracting sound.
Yeah. But it's not just Wimbledon, though, right? Obviously, Wimbledon is the most, whatever you want to call it, uppity of the tennis tournaments. But tennis as a sport is the most uppity of the sports. And the act that
Would you go
I can't
uppity or
stand,
hoity-toity?
Hoity-toity is fine. Billy Gilly, as I like to say sometimes. Hoity-toity. Because
I've never heard the term hoity-toity.
Or Billy Gilly.
No, Billy Gilly I use with willy-nilly.
You've never
sometimes.
heard hoity-toity?
He doesn't know that.
Literally, this is the first time I've ever heard that selection of letters, words, syllables.
It's better than uppity.
I was acting all Billy
It's
Gilly.
definitely better than uppity. Uppity is a whole
We'll
other
go
thing.
hoity-toity.
But hoity-toity is also
the
just
most
a term.
hoity-toity thing in all of sports is when a server is getting the tennis balls from the ball boys or ball girls. Like, it's so obnoxious.
So
It's like,
condescending. They're like, you better bounce this to me perfectly. If I have to extend my arm any direction other than right at my stomach, you're fired. That
But
is
not
the vibe
until
they give
I'm
off.
ready. Not until the second I'm ready.
Too soon, they, like,
how
hit it
will I
away.
prove to you that I'm ready? I don't know. I might look at you. I might not. And then when you've got 3 of them, why do you need 3? You got 3 tennis balls on your racket. You might just throw one without even looking at it. Throw it back. Why did I give that one to you, sir? Why? And then you're just like 2, you got 1 in your pocket, you throw the other one back. It's just and sometimes like you don't even look at the ball boys or ball girls. Like, zero respect for the people that are doing it for you. I hate that about tennis players.
It does feel very disrespectful.
It does.
Every time I've ever watched tennis in my life, I think about that. Like,
There's a condescension to it. There's like, maybe condescending is the wrong word. There's just like an arrogance to it.
Hoity-toity.
It's a hoity-toityness that is like, come on, man, lose the hoit.
And it's only a
Lose the hoit in
job
your toy.
you can screw up.
Too much toit.
You've seen the one
hoit in
video
your
of the
toy?
one kid that ran to his
I was
spot
just
and
I just told Lewis to try to find that viral video of a ball boy distracting the tennis player. Do you have the sound of this, Lewis?
I hate the way that they have to present the balls too. Hold it.
Look,
right,
so watch
high.
right here. You can't hear it, but the kid runs away. He's like, I don't want to make this kid mad. He falls. Boom! And the guy looks back like, what the hell did you do that for?
What a save, though, by the kid, because he can't prove anything. Because by the time he turned around,
he was already
like,
back in
what
regular
the-
position.
I would have looked over my shoulder like, what the hell?
That kid's about to hit his head against the wall, and he's thinking,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, my career is over. Let
Yeah.
me just stand up
It-
real straight." right
Clearly
It would be
concussed.
s- it would-
CTE.
It would be so easy to be likable. To like in that spot, if you're just the likable tennis player, like, hey man, thank you, thank you, give him a point. Like, why do you have to be like that?
Well, this pound.
Alcaraz is super nice to the ball people. There was that great video of him celebrating with all the kids after winning the French Open at Roland Garros. There are some people that kind of stick out on how they treat folks. But yeah, the pomp and the circumstance, which is also like hoity and the toity.
Yeah.
What's another example of this in sports? Like where you always just feel a palpable like they could do that nicer. I can't even think of one because in others like the ball boys tossing out the footballs, like you never see like Patrick Mahomes like slap a ball out of the way. Like
I knocked the towel guy down in the playoffs. It's on YouTube. Like I knocked the old. I bump him on accident.
You were in the playoffs?
Once. Once. It was for a very short time, like 2 hours or so.
I could see that like during a timeout, if you don't want water and somebody's like doing the water thing,
Water
and, like,
guys.
hey, get that. Like get.
I do
don't
have
want
an
it right
a-hole.
now.
I do have an a-hole water story. All right, so
Hey, yo.
We all have one of those,
yeah.
I think.
So
crazy.
I'm
Call
at
the bidet.
practice, and a kid, a young like trainer, like the young medical trainers are the ones in charge of like squirting water, like whatever you need to drink.
Those are doctors.
Not doctors. They're like athletic trainers.
Okay.
All right. So at practice, we're in camp, and camp sucks, as you know, and we're all fighting for jobs, and this is miserable, and you're away from your family, and it's hot, and coaches are yelling at you.
Sounds like
and-
some excuses for bad behavior. Go
Yes,
on.
absolutely. But, you know, we're all human.
Yeah, you've prefaced this enough.
There's this one, a new kid is at the Browns, and he's doing the water. So I come
He should
off
have been
the field.
shadowing someone else.
He should have been shadowing, absolutely. Because every time I try to get a drink, it's just water all over my face. You talk about the worst aim ever, right? So I'm like, okay, no more.
Like Bobrovsky.
So can you
That's
give
a
us
good
your
inside
look?
joke
Like
for
you're
Patriots
sitting
fans.
there with your mouth open, waiting for the water.
So after like a couple days, like it's like I asked for a drink, it's nose. I'm like, all right,
Just give it to me.
just give it to me, exactly, right? So then it develops into I'm not even asking for the water. He's just coming like this. So I turn and he just starts squirting. I'm like, okay. So then by like day
That's how he
5,
likes it. Trust me. This is how he likes it.
he's still there. He's actually like high ranking now because this is 10 years ago. But he tells the story. By day 5, I come off the field. He does it again. I grab the water bottle. I turn it. I squirt him all. This is a new kid all over his face. I'm like, now how does that feel? Aim the damn bottle. And then I go back in. He's like, I never missed anyone's mouth as a water boy ever again after that.
I can't believe you did that.
Dude, I'm like sniffing water, coughing it up out of my mouth.
Did you get some dap from the teammates? Like, thank you, someone finally taught him a lesson. Or were you the only person that had this issue on the team?
I don't know, man. Maybe he was like, he had better aim for the taller players or something. Maybe it was an angle issue.
This man is responsible for the mess in public toilets. Like
Yes.
gentlemen just like this who have zero aim whatsoever.
Come on, man.
Billy,
a lot cleaner bathrooms if everyone took that approach.
you were talking about how you went to the movie theater, and some would argue Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, was the cinematic event of the summer. Some people are arguing it might be Superman. We can get into that in a little bit. I would argue for a much younger generation, even though you're not going to a movie theater for it, Zombies 4, premiering on Disney Channel last night, was appointment viewing. Now, I'm just talking to the dads of children a certain age. I asked Roy before the show if Claire at all got into The Descendants or Zombies. This is a huge booming economy for Disney Channel. In a world full of booming economies for that company, they're going on tour, The Descendants and Zombies and everything like that. This is the 4th edition of the Zombies films. And Zombies, for those that don't know briefly, it's like High School Musical, only zombies.
Only zombies.
But then they had to make sequels. So then
the target audience is like what age?
5 years old, tweens, teens. But the cast, this is the 4th one. And naturally, with Disney movies, the original cast is like 30 years old.
Yeah. Exceptional Zed's like 36.
Yeah, Exceptional Zed is paying off his student loans right now. But
is he still exceptional? Is
No,
he in it? I haven't seen this one yet. I'm
Exceptional
with
Zed
you.
is in it, but it was mediocre. It was the worst of the franchise. And I don't know if you're being dragged to the Zombies show. Thankfully, there's a Canes game, so it's just going to be a girls thing in my home.
That's what I believe is happening. My wife and a few other moms are bringing a bunch of kids to the zombie concert.
And Descendants.
Descendants, see, that's one. Like, my daughter was like Princess Red for Halloween, and I don't even know what that is.
You've got kids. Descendants probably has to be a thing in your house because it's like all the great Disney villains, they all had kids.
I have twin daughters. They're 10. They sat me down on a Saturday, and I had to watch all Descendants back to back to back. I fell asleep.
That sounds terrible.
They were pissed, and then I had to do it again because I fell asleep too early in the second version of the movie. So
my daughter Julia was asking me, "Daddy, where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to put laundry away." She's like, "But you're missing Zombies 4." I'm like, "Honey, I'm going to end up watching this 45 more times.
I'm going to be able to recite this
when the embargo is lifted and it's on Disney Plus tomorrow." Yeah. But let's get to Superman a little bit because it's been subject of a lot of frustrating online discourse, and like everything, it's become politicized. First off, I think there's a large portion of the audience that just Superman's not that interesting because he's perfect. We know he's got the kryptonite. He's all powerful. He's the fastest. He flies. He's the strongest. He's got this one weakness. He's got lasers shooting out of his freaking eyes. I think people like their heroes being fallible or having more weaknesses. They like the Batmans of the world a little bit better. And the box office kind of bears this out. And Superman has failed time and time again after numerous reboots by Warner Brothers. It wasn't too long ago that Henry Cavill was Superman. Well, now we have a new Superman. James Gunn, who did the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, is reviving Superman for his whole new vision of the DCU. And I don't know if you've seen the discourse around it, but people are saying Superman is too woke because James Gunn came out and said this is an illegal alien that is coming to the... And I know where you think I'm going to go with this, which is blame the right for saying that this is too woke and doing the same long song and dance. Mm-hmm. I'm bored by that, and I just come to expect that. I don't even have a take for it anymore. I'm going to pivot and turn my attention to James Gunn and say, like, you're trying to do your own grift on what's going on in the country right now. That's a fine, Izzy. By saying this is an illegal alien, and everyone's like, man, I can't wait to watch this illegal alien ruin the billionaire's plans. You cannot, and James Gunn flatly said this is an illegal alien story. Miss me with that one. Illegal aliens right now aren't straight, white, all-powerful beings that only have one weakness. To invoke that is so lazy. No, Superman isn't something that an undocumented alien in this country is going to identify with, and shame on you for even drawing parallels to that. I don't think you can... When ICE is raiding on horseback your park, no one's like, man... Superman has it just like this. He's being targeted just like this.
I thought Superman was from Cleveland.
No, he's from Smallville.
Kansas, right? I thought it was Kansas.
When you get to the Cleveland Airport,
Smallville, Kansas.
There's a big mural dedicated to Superman in the Cleveland Airport. Maybe the inventor, maybe the guy who
wrote the comic,
created Superman is from Cleveland.
I've been to Wamego, Kansas, and they claim a fictional character. They claim Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
They claim to be the hometown of Dorothy, And once a year, they have a big Wizard of Oz festival where the surviving Munchkins come and get treated like royalty.
And you've been there?
Yeah, because my daughter
Why?
was super into the Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
When I was a Browns fan, I went to Kansas City for when the Browns opened up Week 1 at Arrowhead. Had an amazing experience. The Kansas City Chiefs fans are spectacular. Billy, as you know from your time at Arrowhead, those fans are special, real special fans, and it's a really special game day environment. But I made the drive from Kansas City to Wamego, Kansas, which was about 2.5 hours to get to this middle of nowhere place to go to this Wizard of Oz museum. They have a yellow brick road and everything like that.
That's pretty cool, actually.
It is, but
Superman is from there as well.
But your claim to fame is a fictional character.
The video that was accidentally playing on my phone was of Andrew Wiggins, who went to the University of Kansas. There you go.
There's the full circle moment.
Hawk is right. Jerry Siegel created Superman. He is from Cleveland.
Wow.
There you go.
I mean,
So-
you would know the Rust Belt. You should.
That's what my hometown is called Johnstown, Pennsylvania. You know who created Spider-Man? Where he was from?
Cleveland.
Johnstown, Pennsylvania. So we have a mural of Spider-Man as well.
That was 2 for 1 there.
There we go. So
Are you in on Superman at all? He's supposed to be top of the heap of a superhero, but I think something happened generationally where people kind of aspired to that perfection when Superman had his moment and became top of the heap, right? But it became less and less interesting to have basically this dude. One famous weakness, but
I just think people don't like journalists, and they do like billionaires, which is why they like Batman over Superman.
And Iron Man.
I never really thought about it that way. But I mean, there's a reason why they've tried to revive the series time and time again. Cinematically, it just doesn't connect with audience. The audience doesn't have the connection points to Superman because how can they? He's infallible. He's perfect. He's even got the moral high ground. Maybe James Gunn tries to do something different with it. I'll wait for the word of mouth because I've kind of seen polarizing reviews. And I think maybe the reason for that is how politicized this movie has become lately. Which, I mean, you want to talk about it like an innocuous superhero to politicize.
I was going to say, it
Superman.
seems like it has the most room for maneuverability. Like you could create as many storylines around him because he is so quote unquote perfect. You can create, fallacies. You can create bad things about him as he's going through the human experience on that side. But having not really gone through a whole bunch of the DCU movies, I don't really know how they treat him.
Well, I mean, you could start over again because they're restarting this thing for like the third time in our lifetimes. But An Immigrant Tale is where you miss me. Some underdog story. Given everything that's going on right now, it's actually lazy and a little irresponsible of James Gunn to invoke.
Could you say that one of his weaknesses is other people because of misinformation about spreading rumors against Superman?
I'm curious to see if that's where James Gunn takes it. I think there's more interesting stuff there. And I get what James Gunn is often on the right side of stuff. James Gunn is an ally, and he tries to project that he's on the right side of
correct
things.
Side.
Yeah, but not the right side of the political spectrum. And I think in an effort to try to be that, he missed the mark and didn't realize how patronizing a remark like that would be given the current climate.
Why is Billy the person who knows most about Kansas City people?
No, I said he would know because he did God Bless Football last year. He's been out.
Yeah, he went out there.
Because the kickoffs
Kansas City,
feature the reigning champion.
Yeah,
it's going to be in
Chiefs
Philadelphia
Nation.
this year, but Kansas City usually, a lot of the seasons have been kicking off in Kansas City because they've been reigning champions. But it's a special. I love Kansas City and the fandom around it. I think it's, if you're a football fan and you want to do a tour of American football cultures, Kansas City is damn good.
They're really nice. They were very welcoming.
Yeah.
If I was Superman, I'd be an athlete. I wouldn't waste my time kind of saving people. Right?
But you would have to really downplay.
Yeah, I mean, I tone it down a little bit, but like come contract year, like I would ball out.
Yeah, you would try to play every sport.
UFC fighter, like take it down.
Nah,
notch,
I don't
but
want to
then...
get hit in the face.
But if you're an NBA player,
Superman.
maybe mix in like a 3 for 16 from the
Doesn't
field one
hurt,
day.
Billy. Who cares?
But you got to pretend like it hurts.
But he can jump
I
buildings
guess.
in a single bounce, right? So like the hops that he has to go
I think it's
dunk.
a single
bound.
bound.
Yeah.
bound, whatever.
It should be bounced. Though,
It should
right?
be.
He is
I don't-
bouncing.
He's bouncing
What
before
is
he's
a bound?
flying.
What is a bound?
Dude, I only knew
Like an ebb.
I only knew bounds as a jump because of Superman.
Or track.
I like that. I like that change up though. He
I wasn't
becomes an
track guy.
athlete
No,
who then
no.
hates journalists.
Dude, he could be a double athlete, right? And then just fly from game to game. And then like, how are you getting back and forth so fast? Like, private.
Maybe that's what
There's no
Dion
one.
really is.
Yeah, maybe he's Superman.
Yeah.
And And that's why he has losing records, because he's like, I can't let people know.
I gotta keep it, Yeah, no, that makes sense.
This year's got to turn it on, though, right?
For sure.
Yeah, Colorado got to turn it. Now we got to be Superman this year.
Yeah, I mean, athletes do have the closest thing to superpowers. In some ways,
Speak for
right?
yourself.
Huh? I mean, I don't really have a superpower. Mine would be foot quickness.
Speed.
Yeah. It would be like my ability for my feet to move really fast.
You like the Flash.
I don't know how that translates into saving anyone's life.
Yeah.
I've seen people on the internet that can float. So I think dancers have superpowers.
I think that teachers
without
have
actually touching them.
superpowers.
Yes, that is.
I think teachers have the superpowers,
Yes.
really.
Yes, the firemen.
And the firefighters.
I agree,
doctors,
Billy.
yeah.
Police officer.
Who would you
agree.
nominate? And this is such a no. I was going to say who's this Superman in world athletics, but I don't want to do that. Forget I even said.
I think you
Ronnie
want
James.
to.
Racky-
yeah. Who do you
Racky
want?
radio.
No, I don't want to. Last night I was locked in on Zombies 4 a little bit until I decided to do something else. But when I put my daughter to bed, I caught up on the It's Always Sunny premiere, 17 seasons strong, great premiere. And I was also watching the World Series of Poker because one of my friends made it to the top 317. Albert Destrade, formerly of Survivor,
Does that mean he
Orestes
cashed?
Destrade. He did. It's a famously the buy-in for the World Series of Poker is $10,000, and it's been frozen there since the 1970s. So anybody can play.
Right.
And
With $10,000.
with $10,000, yeah.
Yes.
Or sponsorship.
Yeah.
So he made the top 317
Yeah, so
out
he-
of 9,700.
yeah,
That's pretty specific.
That is.
Well, I think it's a
317.
percentage that cashes, so that's why it has
yeah.
to be a
There's
weird
tiers.
Ah, okay.
So
Number. If you think about it, every number is a very
the
specific
prize
number.
pool that he ended up clearing on a $10,000 investment, he got $40,000 in prize money. Not bad for a couple of weeks out in Las Vegas. Good work over there. But Chris, who knows my friend Albert a little bit, was also following along in his progress. And I didn't know this about Chris, but Chris considers himself a poker shark and he wants to play in this.
Oh, hang on. This is how I got introduced to Chris Cody. His dad, Greg. You guys know Greg?
Yeah, you met him.
That's how I got introduced to him, too.
His dad works hard.
His dad,
Vaguely.
as a way of introduction, told me about Chris, not face-to-face, but told me about Chris. Oh, my son Chris plays poker. I think he's going to go pro. That's how I thought
adorable.
Chris Cody was going to be a professional poker player.
I still to this day, like during the summer around World Series time, I play poker. I play online a little bit. I play tournaments at the Hard Rock every once in a while, and
won a tournament.
I've come in third place at the Jeff Conine.
Is that winning?
I got like $8,000 and like a big guitar that I still have and like doing nothing with.
That's winning.
Like the Hard Rock guitar. I mean, no, third place. I didn't win, but I
mean, you
won
won
something.
something.
No,
You're
I
a
made a
winner.
lot of money. That's
This is
all.
you campaigning to be on the celebrity poker circuit too.
No,
you haven't really made that circuit
I
outside
fancy
of the Conine one.
No, I fancy myself someone who can play cards. I mean, I
Same.
don't. Like, I have a job, so like it's something where if this all went away, I might try to do something like that. But you know, I don't really have
everything
time.
we've ever won from a poker tournament, put it together, start a poker tournament, and give them away as prizes again.
I probably have like $30,000 in career poker winnings. Like
Whoa.
I've won like $8,000 at that one. I've won a couple other I've like won tournaments before where I'm like chopping with one other person.
So you've
legit.
thought about that before, because 30,000 is just a number to pull out of the air.
I'm just pulling out a number of like the total, but I've also played a lot of tournaments. I'm not saying I'm like this huge profitable person. Like,
He's
I've
down
played a lot of
100,000.
tournaments.
So you're going to try to do the WSOP?
I would love. I mean, obviously 10,000. I don't just have 10,000. Like if I did something like that,
Sounds like you have 30,000 lying around.
no. I mean that's just Stake is a website you can go on.
How
where
much for that guitar?
What I would do since I have what would like I would probably go on Stake where people can like put. You can like good players do this of like I'm selling 30% of my action and people will go on this website and like I want to now I have 5% of Phil
I'm in
Hellmuth.
for 25%.
That's what I mean. I think I
you.
could get people that would be down
To
to.
recoup my investment a little
Yeah,
bit.
Mike, you're a gambler. You'd throw in 500.
I would support you. I'd sponsor you with a promise that I can maybe recoup.
Well, that's
I'm an
what you would
action
get.
junkie. I'd watch you. I'd rather watch you play poker than play.
I got
poker
500.
myself.
Let me
That's
see your
what I
poker
mean.
face.
I'm already like at
We got-
25% in 1,000. Like I already have $3,500 and I haven't even started trying
quick
to
math.
gather.
Yeah, that was good.
But
are
if
good
you
at
gave
poker.
away 25% for $500, you've already
Well,
given.
no,
you have
that's-
two
no,
people
no,
that
no,
have done
no,
five.
I'm
You've given away
saying he said
50%.
He said
25%.
25%.
I'm saying Izzy would be
We said
$2,500.
500 apiece, whatever that percentage.
That
comes
would
out
be 5%. Wait.
Okay.
This is my favorite game.
What side
on
of the bench are they
Wait a
skating
minute.
to?
You haven't played poker. Now I'm questioning whether or not.
You get whatever percentage 500 is of 10,000, that's the percentage you would get of my winnings. That's how it works. Like whatever you put in, the percentage of the buy-in, that's what you would get back if I won.
You actually nailed that, though.
Yeah, I'm going to get an ROI on this. Why don't you do it next summer?
I've been saying to myself for like 4 years, next summer I'm going. Because what happens is this time of year, I'm so into poker. And then when the summer ends, I kind of fall out of it. So then that's the time you need to be putting in the work to go.
Don't do it next summer. World
I
Cup.
am with flag football.
Okay.
World Cup next summer.
Olympics.
Yeah.
You're going to want.
And I'd have to be gone for, if I played well, like a couple weeks.
Wait a second.
So it's.
Do you think there's going to be enough to talk about with the World Cup that we can't discuss him going to the poker tournament?
Yeah, the eyes of the world are on the U.S. next summer. I do think the World Cup is going to kind of hijack the conversation a little bit next summer, although I thought the Club World Cup, which is supposed to be a warm-up for, hey, Fritzy won a set there.
That's all I asked, is to extend this match so that when I get home, the Sinner-Djokovic match is still going on.
All right. I thought the Club World Cup would be more of a talking point because it's in the United States, because it features some of the biggest clubs in the world, and this show has totally ignored it. I've wanted to talk about it the entire time, and here we are. The final is in New York, and it's Chelsea versus PSG, two glamour clubs, and no one's really been interested in this. And it's not just engagement on sports content. It's also in ticket sales. They've been terrible. I told you before, I used to work with Chelsea, so I'm plugged into all the supporters clubs. Every supporters club in the nation that is major got offered free tickets by FIFA to go to the semifinal. And the secondary market, depending on who's playing in it, the Real Madrid ones down here and the Brazilian clubs, Miami's been a really good market for the Club World Cup. But nationally, there have been some really pitiful crowds.
Miami was great because the Brazilian crowd was great. You could predict that one. I don't know if the New York, the MetLife crowds were ever going to feel like a real World Cup crowd.
And they do the thing where they put it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because they want to make sure that Europe can tune in.
Which is the biggest problem here, is you're talking about clubs. It's even like it's so easy if you're not a soccer fan to just latch on to your country and just, hey, of course, USA, whatever. Or even if you're, an anti-USA guy, then with these clubs, it's so specific. Like I was a Chelsea fan a few years ago, and then I lost interest in Christian Pulisic, and then he left anyway. And then I'm just like, man, there's nobody left on that team except for Cucurella.
They've rebuilt. They would actually be like this. Chelsea's one of the strangest.
But my point being is that
in the history of sports,
even I am not locked in to Chelsea right now. So you would have to be a real fan of these clubs or one of these clubs to really follow it, go out there and make a whole event of it. I don't know if it makes that much sense to debut this here.
Oh, there's so many new PSG fans too, and so many people became PSG fans in the last. PSG had a different business model before. They had Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi on the same team all at the same time. For over a decade, they were just trying to get the biggest stars on the planet to come play in a league that wasn't very competitive in France, and they would never have the success in Europe. And then what's funny is they get rid of Neymar, they get rid of Messi leaves, and Mbappe finally goes to Real Madrid. And not only do they win the Champions League finally, they get that monkey off of their back, they trounce teams. Yep. They destroy teams. Everyone wanted to make fun of Inter Miami for losing 4-0 to PSG in the Club World Cup. Inter Milan lost 5-0. Did you see what they did to Real Madrid in the semifinal? Another 4-0 trouncing. In fact, Inter Miami had more possession because PSG really took their foot off the gas. But Inter Miami had more possession against PSG than Real Madrid did. This run that PSG is on is incredible.
And their best player is?
Dembele. I would argue Hakimi, but these aren't household names. Right. At least not yet, but if they keep winning like this, they might be. Chelsea really tore themselves down in the ownership change after Abramovich was forced to sell the team, rightfully so. The American owners had a strange business model. They bought a bunch of players. They hired a bunch of different managers. It's finally worked, and it's shown you if you have unlimited resources, you can turn it around. And they get a damn near $90 million in prize money. So they've dug themselves out of the hole, and they could improbably, after being out of Europe, find themselves here in the span of 4 years, go from European champions to world champions. So I'm going to be locked in on that on Sunday.
It doesn't exactly set up the World Cup very well.
No, it doesn't. And these games have been, I don't know if you noticed, it's hot outside. It's crazy hot. You have all these cooling breaks. All these clubs have been complaining about it. You have teams, it's a little soft because it was 87 degrees in Cincinnati when Dortmund did this, but the head coach came out and said, we're going to have our subs not even be on the bench. They're going to watch from the locker room, which is one of the softest things I've ever seen in the history.
I understand that stuff, though, so much more, man. Like the Stephon Diggs, it's the hottest I've ever been stuff. Like, I just played in a football tournament in Chicago, and day one was 3 games over the course. We think we started at 10:30, and then the last one was at 4 something. So 3 games, and it was 90 plus in Chicago and 0 cloud cover. By the end of the 3rd game, we had one teammate who looks like he's in better shape than me, vomiting everywhere and had to have IV and couldn't even play the second
Steroids.
day.
Go ahead.
The second,
So he looks like he's in better shape, but clearly not.
Well, I mean, let's just say he looks like he should be in more cardiovascular shape than me.
Yeah.
And the second day,
I only run when I'm being chased.
I cramp up like crazy. And the second day,
You should drink more water.
thank you. I felt
Pickle
like
juice.
every step I took, I was getting punched in the stomach.
Yeah,
and like
that'll do it.
I told Hawk this story earlier about me dropping a pick 6, like a short pick 6. And I remember as I was approaching it being like, ouch, my stomach hurts. And I was just like, I have a million reasons excuses as to why I dropped it. None of them good.
DBs
But it's
can't
like,
catch.
I'm telling you, bro, I was a linebacker or whatever. The heat does
Even
something
worse.
to you, and it's not just that day. Like the next day, it lingers. Man, I get those Buffalo Bills now playing in that heat.
No, it's valid. When we would play in Miami, and I always wanted to play in Florida because this is like the mecca of special or like receiver, cornerback. It was like I'm not good unless I can play in Florida. So like from high school, when I got out of college, while I was in the NFL, I was always trying to get down here. And we would play the Dolphins, and I had to bring 3 uniforms because I would sweat through them. It was like
I was just through the prep knowing that Kevin Hogan was your quarterback.
just knowing like, bro, I was just sweating the fact that we were gonna get our ass kicked as bad as we were. But no, it was.
You
was
almost won that
extremely hot.
game.
I got used to the heat since being down here in the last 3 years, and it's crazy because up north, to your point about Cincinnati, whenever you're playing youth sports or any kind of thing, it's like, hey, you gotta hydrate. You know, make sure they get hydration breaks, get water. It's too hot, we can't practice, and my son got down here and played tackle football for the first time. It's been 3 years. They have yet to take a break because it's hot.
Yeah.
They don't. It hasn't. I swear, it
Young
hasn't
people,
even
man.
been mentioned. Not a single time. His first game, I had to go sit in the car because I was so hot, sitting on the side. I'm like, these kids are playing in this. It boggles my mind.
I've never noticed the difference between sitting in the sun and sitting in the shade than I did at this last tournament. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, life. It's
nice
such
out.
a huge
You
difference.
just discovered shade.
It's wild. It's wild.
We need an executive order for more shade.
We would do 2-a-days in high school football, and it was like, you can't get water.
No.
Not like, we got to break for water. You guys are not getting water.
Can't. No,
Yeah,
water
that's-
was a sign of weakness.
Thank
Right.
you.
And in Florida, you're literally playing with death.
Yes.
But everyone's used to it.
But we all lived.
You all lived. It's crazy. I don't
Someday.
get
It's
how
tougher
people
to-
live down here.
someday.
I've been hospitalized for cramps, but I lived.
Hey, you lived.
I lived.
You know?
We were listening to the new Clips album, first Clips album in 16 years, dropped this morning.
So their second album.
And cocaine seems to be a prevalent theme, not surprisingly enough.
20 years
but
running
I've been
with the
informed
Clips.
to celebrate the occasion of Merry Clipsmas, Tony has a top 5. What's your top 5?
I've got a top 5 list of artists that would make you want to quit your job and start selling coke.
Okay.
Mike Ryan has a number 1 suggestion on that list that we saw earlier in Wimbledon, but he's not a rap artist.
No, it's not. But how is it every time a camera cuts to Leonardo DiCaprio, he's doing that thing with his nose and his mustache?
yeah.
He's doing the exact same thing. He's got the sunglasses on. He just delivers on the narrative around him every time.
Not great.
Never disappoints Leo DiCaprio.
All right, we've got 1 OLI and a top 5. You guys ready?
Yes.
Give me the list one more time. It's top 5 rappers that
will make you want to quit your job and start selling coke.
Because it sounds so because they make selling
because
coke
they make
sound so
so
awesome.
glorious
cool.
and so great and so
Yeah.
et cetera,
Which
et
it's
cetera.
not.
specifically coke. Okay.
All right, in the OLI, this one may not be for some of the older guys, but if you know, Stove God Cooks.
No idea who that is. You could have said Stugotz, and I get to say.
Go look him up. Stove God Cooks. You'll like
God
it.
Cooks.
Yeah, Stove God Cooks.
Your list is off to a bad start.
No, trust me.
I'm
When
very
you listen,
clearly
you'll
sleeping on
understand.
this guy.
Okay.
All right, number 5, Miami's own Rick Ross. Again, the perception.
I was gonna say
The perception.
Yes. Okay.
A lot of it is wrestling.
It makes me want to be a parole officer.
Yes.
Wait, he's a wrestler?
Yes.
Different song. Number 4, Raekwon the Chef.
A lot of cooking going on with these coke
Who is Raekwon the chef?
enthusiasts.
What?
Just kidding.
Lieutenant. Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
You sound like Dan
Yo.
at the Super Bowl at Circa a couple of years ago.
Raekwon?
Who is Raekwon the chef? That's
I don't
where
like
it
this
evolved
list,
into.
The top 2 will determine if I like this list or not.
Number 3. This is 3 guys, but
Wait a
part
minute.
of a group. What happened?
You already gave us 3. How is this number 3?
OLI.
No, this
the
is
first
number 2.
one.
Olaf
OLI.
first. Stove God Cooks is
Outside looking
OLI.
in.
Keep up, Hawk.
Come on, Hawk.
Definitely.
Number
All right,
3.
top 5 there.
Number 3, Griselda. Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, West Side Gun. All 3 talk about,
This is a very new list.
That's not.
Is this
Raekwon
like
the
your
chef?
Is this like your 2 weeks notice? Are you telling us that you're making a career change here?
Number 2,
He's got 30,000.
The Snowman, Young Jeezy.
That's number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2. That's
Number
crazy.
1, Merry Clipsmas. It's the Clips.
Yeah. Well, specifically Pusha.
Pusha, yes.
Pusha.
Obviously, Malice.
No
went.
Stitches.
Stitches. I saw him on IG
He's
the other day.
clean
He's
now.
coming up with an album again.
Yeah, he says he's clean.
I was like, huh.
90, 95.
Why
You
are we
don't like
talking
that
about
he's
Stitches?
clean?
What is
Is he
that
from
album
Miami?
going to sound like?
Yeah.
No, Billy's right. You can't be clean and come up with a new album. It's going to be so boring.
Billy, did you see what's happening with the Fast and Furious franchise? I guess
What's
movies are
happening
your.
now?
Well, Vin Diesel came out in Los Angeles and announced to the crowd that Paul Walker was returning to the franchise.
I did see that. That's big.
And for the final installment of Fast and the Furious, they're going back to the streets.
Wow.
No more of this outer space stuff. We're going back to the heart of what made this franchise great. Street racing. Back to the streets of L.A.
Like Katy Perry.
I mean, but the last one, spoiler alert, ended with like a big cliffhanger where like a dam was about to burst. So
Well, once they fix that dam,
I don't know
they're
how
gonna
we're going to get back to the streets from there.
Wait, the
but
dam was in space or down
no,
here?
the dam was abroad.
I'm glad that they decided to dial it down because some of the other stuff that they were workshopping was they were legitimately considering a crossover of the Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious franchise. I would have been down for that.
I would have watched.
There was a 21 Jump Street Men in Black
definitely.
thing that seemed really interesting. That was going to be a crossover where the guys from 21 Jump Street were going to join
Richard
Men in
Grieco?
Black. No, not the original guys.
Channing
Talking
Tatum.
Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. My name's Jeff. They would become Men in Black agents. And I actually think that they should
that'd
have
be great.
greenlit that one. That one would have been great. Vin never looked more Italian. He's Italian. He's Italian. Tony, not just your top 5, which left everybody confused. I got to look up Stove Got Cooks.
Stove God Cooks is
Don't
fire.
know Stove God Cooks.
But earlier in the show, we also mentioned hoity-toity, which is a very white person saying.
Yeah.
And you came armed prior to us saying hoity-toity with 10 white people sayings.
Yeah, because Hawk and we were talking like a couple months ago where you said something, some sort of white phrase that white people kind of coin. You said they slap when they said
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z.
I think it was why I oughta.
Why I oughta. Okay. So it was like, man, white people snap
It's like,
when they
whoop!
said X.
They was spitting when they came up with
Exactly.
that one, boy.
So
bars.
what I did is I came up with a top 10 of white people sayings.
Not 5 OLIs
No.
and a top 5.
No.
You better not, there better not be a Stove Got Cooks in this list.
There's
Also,
no Stove God Cooks for us.
Jay-Z should have been on your top 5.
He should have, but
Yeah.
I as I was thinking about
How many
it.
Coke dealers became billionaires?
Sure. No, you're
He's
right.
literally maybe the number 1 Coke rapper of all time.
Does it count if it's crack? Though?
Second.
Of course.
Well, there's also
that's
Joey
why
Crack.
that's why Stove God Cooks.
You know what?
Now you got it.
You sound like the government that
Yeah, I didn't like that.
that tore
an eye
down
on
our
that.
communities,
Yeah,
man.
keep an eye
it's
on
the
that.
same thing, Izzy. Go ahead.
Number 10.
You got 2 minutes for this.
Number 10. No shit, Sherlock.
Number
That's good.
that
How's that number 5?
that being number 10
9
is
better.
wild.
We got good ones.
I'm buckling up.
All right.
I got chills with
This
that
is
one,
all
bro.
right. They're
Number
multiplying.
9. You're on thin ice, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn good one.
Number 8. Cat got your tongue.
I like that
older,
lower.
but definitely white.
Number 7. You're barking up the wrong tree, pal.
Yes.
Let's go.
A lot
You
of,
have
lot
to
of
end
white
that with
confrontation so far in this
No,
list.
number 6. Get a load of this guy.
Whoa.
I see
like
where
that.
I
What
see the
inspired
anger.
this
Had
list?
the thumb. Yeah,
The
the
golf
thumb
fight?
Yeah.
Number 5.
Right.
Why are
This
you
is
guys
literally-
showing me?
Number 5. Take
He's
a
a
hike.
ginger.
Yes.
Number 4. Hold your horses.
Oh,
Hold your horses is on my
this is being
list.
held.
Number 3. For Pete's sake.
Pete's sake is a business, Pete.
Number
let's find
2.
that
It's
out.
not my first rodeo.
Yeah.
And number 1.
For the sake of Pete.
Oh yeah, you in what army?
Also translated to black people is "You got me fucked up."
Yeah.
A lot of those actually
yeah.
you could kind
A
of
lot
put
of
that in.
translations
Yeah.
for sure. Those are good, but I think 70% of them are like right before you fight. Right before a white guy fights.
Wayada.
It's all confrontation.
Who is this Pete? Why is it?
I got it.
Pete's
I looked
sake?
it up. Apparently, Pete is it's a replacement for God's sake or Christ's sake, and it's believed to be a substitute for God or Christ to avoid using the name in vain.
Tony, this is a very thing. I was very much confused by this growing up. This statement in Spanish, "Que bárbara," which translates to "what, Barbara?" And
Or
I'm like,
Barbaro.
or
Que bárbaro.
Who is this Barbara,
Trying,
and why
Jennifer.
are we always asking her to settle our shit like that? I had no idea what that was about. Que bárbara. Somebody help me out with that.
Can I throw in some honorable mentions?
Yeah, of course.
Cruising for a bruising.
That's a good one. That's a good OLI.
Good one.
Let me sneak right past you.
That's a good.
Oh wow,
that's really good. That's right up there.
Last one.
Squeeze me.
I've had it up to here.
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
Great list.
Good one.
let me squeak past you.